Well, he's a survivor because you know where he started from.
Oh my gosh. I was just like, wow, you're amazing. What are you doing?
I thought I had the loftiest goals until I met Kevin. He was the hardest working person I'd ever met.
No, he constantly blows me away.
And I think that's one reason Kevin will never, ever, ever use it again, because so many people depend on him.
When I raise the vibration of myself and figure out what do I need to change about myself to make myself better, I actually notice all the people around me getting better. And I believe that as a society, a community, society, and then the whole world, if we can all raise our vibration, we can actually change the future of this world. That's what my goal is, to basically have a positive future for the whole world. My goal is to basically save the Mother Earth. I chant for multiple reasons. The breakdown of what Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, of what I understand, is devotion to the mystic law through cause and effect, through sound and vibration. And what that means to me, kind of I break it down even further, it's the energy that you put into the universe is the energy you get back.
Kevin's a firm believer that the chanting has worked for him in creating his reality. And if I just look around for a little bit, I can't argue with it.
Have you ever heard about Boober Tours? First got the idea back in 2007. I started Boober Tours in 2016 when I got my first cab, living at the homeless shelter.
He had one cab that he bought, that he saved up and bought, and so I bought the second cab. He was marketing himself on Facebook. You know, he's doing all these videos. He was kind of like a one-man band out there. I just thought that the pedicabs mixed with Kevin's hard work and charisma in the city of Ann Arbor was just a great fit.
My family was in the military. I felt like joining the military was something that would make my family, proud of me. And then I found alcohol, and that's kind of where, really where I started drinking heavily. I was also selling drugs in the military. It was just a new life to me. May 27th, I turned 33, and June 6th, I ended up in jail. It was my 5th DUI, my 3rd resisting arrest. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is supposed to be the best year of my life. I gotta make it the best year of my life. So at that point, I had to make a commitment to never get in trouble again. Detoxing, basically all different types of drugs, getting sick, sleeping for 30 straight days. Usually you're detoxing because I go to jail. You've been using drugs for so long. Basically, it's usually just sleeping. It depends on what drug. Every drug has a different, but that's a lot of pain. I wanted to have my mother's first grandchild because for some reason I felt unloved and unwanted. If I have a kid, that's gonna be, I want to be able to see my mom more. She's gonna love me more. And then finally, when I was 33 years old, that's when I found I was having a kid. My son is the most amazing child. I don't really know too many kids, but to me, he is the most amazing child in the world. We work out together, we encourage each other together. He's 21 months now, so he's just starting to talk. Yesterday, he said his first 2-syllable word. Money, you're learning all sorts of words. Every time I meditate, I read my goals. So I have Romando as basically the smartest baby in the world, the most intelligent baby in the world, the happiest baby in the world. It's just amazing to be a father right now. I went from having 5 DUIs and using every single drug you can possibly imagine to being successful and sober. So my philosophy on recovery is a little bit different than most everyone's, because I look at recovery as easy. And a lot of people look at recovery as hard, but it's actually how you view your life when you're trying to stay sober. If you look at trying to stay sober as hard, you actually make staying sober hard. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
For workers that maybe struggle with addiction, if they can be in an environment that's super positive, and they can go out and make a living and be excited and happy with themselves and proud of themselves, that really, strikes a chord with us and where Boober Tours wants to make a difference.
There's people recovering from all walks of life at this job, whether it's drugs, whether it's abusive situations, anything you can think of. Recovery doesn't necessarily mean anything, it's a safe place.
If this is a place for recovery for even one, that makes it really worth it.
It took me living in the shelter for 3 months, 4 jobs to save up to buy this first cab. And now we have 17 pedicabs and create second chance jobs for people in recovery. There's just something about this pedicab business that heals people. And that's why I started this business and started expanding, because I was like, wow, I went from being depressed to have everybody I see is smiling at me. And it's a great feeling to have people, when they look you in the eyes and they're smiling back and you're smiling back, that really spreads.
Stepping in here is basically like stepping into a safe, positive place with high vibrations. He tries to keep it high vibrations in here.
I definitely look at life a little bit different than most people. I try to be the most positive I possibly can. But occasionally I run into people who may not believe the same things that I believe in, but I try to ignore them.
Even when there is a negative situation happening, you won't hear a negative word out of his mouth.
I believe I have the power to save this world, and it starts with me. Just the act of me looking inside myself and saying, what do I need to do to add more value, to figure out what I'm doing wrong, to correct myself and be the best I can every single day, that is what's saving this world. My goals are so large that I cannot afford to make a poor decision anymore. I see it. This is easy. These goals that I'm talking about, they're easy to attain, and that's kind of how I look at life. It's just easy.